So hello everyone, hope you people are doing well. In this video I'm gonna give you a brief account of human digestive system and digestion in human being. So let's begin. Human digestive system. We shall be starting right from here, human digestive system. First of all, I'll make you familiar with the human digestive system, and then we'll proceed towards the process of digestion of food in humans. So the human digestive system, it looks like, here you go. So here is our mouth, this is our esophagus, stomach, pancreas, liver, this is our gallbladder, large intestine, small intestine, rectum and anus. Our human digestive system, it comprises of two groups of organs. That is, first is alimentary canal and second is digestive glands. This alimentary canal, again it is divided into the further compartments. They are our mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So all these which I have marked with red pen, these all come under alimentary canal. Our human digestive system, it comprises of two groups of organs. Number one is alimentary canal, and these all marked with red, they fall under alimentary canal, and the digestive glands. So first let me tell you what digestive glands are. Digestive glands are the glands that makes and store digestive juices. These digestive juices, they help in the process of digestion of our food. So the digestive glands present in the human digestive system are, let me mark them with the another pen. So they are liver, pancreas, and one more. This very gland which I'm going to write over here is present inside our mouth. In our mouth, it is salivary gland. So salivary gland, liver, pancreas. This gallbladder has its role in the liver only. So now we are quite familiar with our digestive system, with the human digestive system. So now let's proceed towards the process of digestion of food. So what actually digestion of food is? See, the food which we take in, it contains various nutrients, and these nutrients are the, I should say, complex organic compounds. So these nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, these are complex organic compounds. So these can be used up only, these can be absorbed by our body only if they are broken into simple soluble molecules. So this very process of breaking down of the nutrients or the complex organic compounds into simple soluble molecules so that they can be used up by our body for producing energy, This steady process is known as digestion. So now this process of digestion, it starts right from our mouth here. So now let's see what happens inside the mouth. So as soon as we eat the food first enters our mouth. Our mouth, which is also known as buccal cavity, it comprises of teeth, tongue, and, as I told you before, salivary glands. Okay, so what our teeth does is, our teeth, you're very much familiar with it. Our teeth, they help in chewing our food. Then comes our tongue. Our tongue has got various taste buds. It helps in identifying the taste of the food, and also it pushes our food towards the teeth so that it can be, it can be easily chewed, or it can be finely chewed by our teeth. Now comes salivary glands. Salivary glands, what they do is they release saliva. This saliva is a viscous, transparent liquid. What it does, it moistens our food. See, swallowing dry food, it's quite difficult. So what it does is, saliva, it moistens our food, so our food becomes quite slippery, and it becomes easy to swallow our food. Also, this saliva, it contains an enzyme called salivary amylase. So by the action of the salivary amylase, the starch present in our food, it gets converted into sugar. So see, the breaking down of the food, the digestion process has started itself inside our buccal cavity, that comprises of teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. Teeth helps in chewing the food, tongue in identifying and helping in chewing also by pushing the food towards the teeth in identifying the taste, and salivary glands that release saliva, and saliva has an enzyme called salivary amylase that breaks down the starch which is present in our food into sugar. So now the food which is chewed properly is now passed here. It now passes here through the esophagus towards our stomach. So what happens in the esophagus? So the food, it slides down to in the esophagus, and here in the esophagus, one thing, here in the esophagus, I hope this is visible. So here in the esophagus, no digestion takes place. You can say simply it's providing a passage to the food to slide down from our mouth towards our stomach. So here in the esophagus, our food travels in a wave-like motion, like waves travel, wave-like motion, and this wave-like motion is due to the contraction and relaxation of the muscles of esophagus. This esophagus, it contracts and relaxes, so this forms a wave like motion in the esophagus and our food travels through it. So what happens is, whenever the food comes in a way, what it does, it relaxes or it expands. If you get confused while I do like this, you can also say or expands. Okay, so it contracts and expands. So whenever the food comes in its way, it expands and the food slides down easily. Okay, so also this contraction and expansion or relaxation of our muscles of esophagus is termed as, it's given a name, it's peristaltic movement. So you can say, in short, you can also say that our esophagus, it shows peristaltic movement which help in the sliding down of our food. So also one more thing, our esophagus is a 25 centimeter long tube. So esophagus is, I think, quite clear to you people. So let's move further. Now, traveling in a wave like motion, our food, it will now reach towards our stomach. Our stomach is a J-shaped, thick, let me write also, thick muscular sac kind of thing, or you may say bag. Okay, let me show you. See, J-shaped. Okay, so what happens here in the stomach? The lining of the stomach, it has got digestive glands. These digestive glands, they secrete digestive juices. These digestive juices, they include hydrochloric acid also, HCl, or you may say hydrochloric acid. What this hydrochloric acid it does is, it kills the bacteria that enters into our stomach along with the food, and also makes our food acidic. For the action of these digestive juices. Also, as we have seen that our esophagus, it shows peristaltic movement, our stomach, it also shows some rhythmic contraction which helps in churning of our food or converting our food into a fine or a thin paste. So our stomach, it shows rhythmic contractions, that churns our food into fine paste. Fine paste or thin paste, same thing. This fine paste, which is also known as chyme. Okay, so one thing more about this stomach. The food inside our stomach, it stays inside our stomach for 2 to 4 hours. So it seems like our food has been completely digested in the stomach. So many things are happening over here, but no. What happens here in the stomach is only thing, the digestive glands, they secrete digestive juices. Here the HCl, it makes our food acidic so that our digestive juices can act upon our food. And these rhythmic contraction of our stomach, they help in churning of our food into the thin paste. And this churning also helps in mixing the digestive juices along with our food. So here also, then also due to this action of hydrochloric acid and this rhythmic contraction, our food is not completely digested over here. It is semi-digested. At this stage, it is semi-digested. So now, from our stomach, the food, I must say, the semi-digested food. Semi-digested food from our stomach, now it will enter into the small intestine. So before telling you what happens in the small intestine, I would like to tell you about two remaining digestive glands. They are number one, liver, and the second one is pancreas. So let me show you first. Here, this is the liver. This liver is just below our diaphragm, and it is chocolatey in color, chocolatey kind, or brownish, reddish brown, or chocolatey kind of color it has got. So one more thing, this our liver, it weighs about 2 kgs in weight. So what our liver does is, जो इसका इसके cells होते हैं, the cells of our liver, they make bile juice. And this bile juice is stored inside the gallbladder. I told you in the introductory part that this gallbladder has got its role in the liver only. So this is the role. It stores this gallbladder, it stores the bile juice. Also pancreas, now only this gland is left. So this pancreas, let me show you where is pancreas. This here. This pancreas is a leafy like structured gland, and it is pinkish in color. Also one more thing, this pancreas, it makes 2 liters of pancreatic juice each day. So what this pancreas does is, this pancreas, it makes pancreatic juice every day, and this pancreatic juice, the enzymes which are present in the pancreatic juice, they are responsible for the complete digestion of 3 nutrients, that is carbohydrate, fats and proteins. So now back to our small intestine. So now as soon as our food, it enters, semi-digested food, it enters into our small intestine. Here, this into our small intestine, this liver, it is this liver and the pancreas, they release, or the small intestine, it receives the bile juice and the pancreatic juice respectively, and also small intestine, it also secretes digestive juices. These all together, they help in the complete digestion of our food. So here the semi-digested food, due to the action of the bile juice and pancreatic juice received by liver and pancreas into the small intestine, semi-digested food is digested completely here in the small intestine. So receives bile juice and pancreatic juice, and also it releases digestive juices which help in complete digestion of our food. So here in the small intestine, as we know that starch were converted into sugar, so in the small intestine the proteins are converted into amino acids, and our fats, they are converted into fatty acids. So now the digestion has been completed for a food in our small intestine. Now what happens is the absorption of the food, the absorption of the substances takes place in the small intestine. So for absorption, mainly this absorption is done in the small intestine. So for absorption of these substances or the food or the nutrients, the small intestine has got some features, and they are number one, you very well know, it is long, it is thin. How does this thinny thing helps it? This due to its thinness, it allows rapid entry of the substances. Okay, and this is the feature which I'm gonna tell you now. It is usually asked in the exams. So it has got numerous finger-like projections called villi. Villi in the lining of the small intestine. What does it do is, inner lining of the small intestine, this villi, it increases the surface area. Small intestine by 5 times, about 5 times, so that the absorption, it becomes easy for the nutrients and or the substances or the digested food to absorb. What does it do is, the villi, they increase the surface area of the small intestine, so that aids in, or it helps in the absorption of our food. So now one more thing about this small intestine, it is the longest part of alimentary canal, and this small intestine is about 6 meters in length. So now, as our food has been digested, our food has been the substances has been absorbed by our small intestine. So now what happens to the undigested food? So our undigested food it enters into our large intestine. Let me show you here. Okay, so this large intestine, I need this red pen. So this large intestine is about 1.5 meters long. I must write about. So it is 1.5 meters long. What it does is it absorbs water and salts from the undigested food and from here, from the large intestine, the undigested food, it enters the rectum here, and from rectum it is expelled out through anus here, and here our digestion gets completed. One thing I think I forgot to tell you, in the alimentary canal, this alimentary canal is about 9 meters long. Okay, so now if you face any kind of difficulty or query, you can obviously message in your respective groups, and I'm here to solve them. So till then, bye.